easily. So comments help you out a lot. So you must include comments where it's absolutely necessary. I mean, you just don't need to go on including it everywhere, because that's not necessary. It will only lengthen your document. Now, to end the comment, I need to include 2 dashes along with the left angle bracket. So if you look carefully, then you'll see that the comment section, when I don't include that ending part, or the double dash and the ending angle bracket, then the rest of the document is colored into green. The color changes to green, which means it's included inside the comment. But if I include the dashes along with the ending and angle bracket, it's going to return back to its original state, which means these are now part of the document, HTML document layout. This is meant for humans. Your browser won't need this, and perhaps your browser will actually ignore this part. So white spaces and the commenting section or the commenting part are not included, or they're not rendered out on your browser. So now let us put a link to a web page. You can include something like, let's say that I want to create another paragraph tag, and inside the paragraph tag I want to include an anchor tag. Now, the function of the anchor tag, or it starts with only A. The anchor tag will help you to include a remote resource on another server on your web browser. I mean on your document, sorry, not the web browser. So if you want to suppose that you have read about a novel, and maybe you have read about something like, or you want to include Google's name on your web page for some reason. You have created links. You want to create a web page that has a list of all your social networks links. Suppose you have got a page on Facebook, you've got an account on Twitter, you've got an account on Instagram. So you want to include all their links on your web page. The easiest way to do that is to include them using the anchor tag or these A tags. So these anchor tags will have a matching ending tag. So suppose I want to include a page that will suppose I want to include a link. When the user clicks on that link, it will open up the page. It will open up the Facebook's homepage. So to do that, inside this tags, the opening tag and the ending tag, I write the name of Facebook. Then to link my document with the remote resource. Now the remote resource is the Facebook's homepage. To link that, I need to use an attribute. An attribute will always have a name, and it will always it usually will have to have a value. Now the value will be assigned to the attribute using the equals to sign and the quotation, double quotation mark. So if you want to include this Facebook's link, so let me get that link. Let me show you. Let's go to Facebook's homepage. So yeah, here we go. Let's copy this part and let's get back to our Aptana Studio. So we don't need to type this by hand. Let's paste this. So likewise, if you want to include something if you want to include Twitter's homepage like this, and let's get back to Twitter, you can do the similar stuff. I'm just showing you another example. Okay, you take the link, you copy it, you get back to Aptana, and inside this href attribute, this is known as an attribute, and an attribute will usually have a value. Now this is the attribute name, this is the attribute name. Now the value, this is the value which is included inside this double quotation marks or the double quotation symbols. This value will be included or assigned to this attribute using the equals to sign. Now let me include or paste this Twitter's link. Let's save this. Do you want to save this to? Okay, let me save this to my local file. Let me change the directory. So let's include this somewhere. Let's actually let's create another folder perhaps. Let's call this, let's remove this part. Okay, let's call this folder number 3. And inside folder number 3, let's create index.html. You can actually go for HTML, or even if you just type HTML, your web page will work fine. So let me use HTML. It's just a matter of preference. If you want to use HTML, just go ahead. You can do that. Now let me include this index.html file. And I have got a pretty decent and simple layout in here. So let's save this part. Now you can open this up on your browser like Mozilla, and you can even open this page on your IDE. Now in the beginning of this video series, I've discussed about what are the differences between an IDE and the text editor. Now the IDE, because it's an integrated development environment, it ships with a lot of features. Like in this Aptana Studio, you will find a built-in web browser that will work exactly, not exactly, but that will work similarly like the like Mozilla. But Mozilla is far more advanced. It has got add-ins you can add on. You can include more additional features. You can write your own add-ins. So it's better to use a third-party browser like the Google Chrome or Safari or Mozilla Firefox than going for the built-in browser, because it hasn't got that many features. So to open up the if you want to open up the built-in browser inside the Aptana Studio, just click over to Window, then you should head over to Show View, and you'll find something called a web browser. So it's showing up at the bottom. If you want to just bring it right beside your page, pull this web browser, pull this web browser tab right beside your index.html.